met on our way to Afghanistan.
It was my second deployment to Afghanistan, Ramona's first.
We were at Manas Air Base in Kyrgyzstan, and it was my job to push everyone through to Afghanistan, make sure the transition was smooth.
I was sitting in the back of the room and I noticed her, and it flashed through my head. I was like, I'm gonna marry this woman. I stopped myself right away and I'm like, what do you mean you're gonna marry this woman? That's crazy, you know what I mean?
So we actually flew down to Bagram together. We were on the same flight, and then we ended up at our final destination in Jalalabad together.
We were sitting on top of our duffel bags waiting for our C-130, and she asked me if I wanted any craisins, and she told me that she said they were good for my prostate.
When I first met him, I definitely thought he was cute. I sort of wondered about him, like I wonder if he's married, I wonder if he has a girlfriend. But it was still, there were so many other things going on. If you had told me that I was going to meet the one in Afghanistan, I would have laughed in your face. I thought, how can you even get to know someone when you know what we're talking about with General Order Number 1, you can't have any physical contact with a member of the opposite sex. You can't be in the same room as them if it's just the two of you, like in like your bee hut where you spend the night, where you sleep and everything. So there was, to me, it was totally unfeasible.
Obviously, there was no physical interaction. It was against the rules. We would go on walks whenever we could steal a moment.
It was the day after my birthday, and my friends had made a big deal about my birthday. We're downrange in Afghanistan, let's do something. On Saturdays, there was always a bazaar that, the local Afghans brought their rugs and their semi-precious stones and everything. And so I was walking back from lunch, and Chad, stopped me, and he asked if I wanted to go down to the bazaar with him. So, we took our weapons and, walked across the airfield. It was, 140 degrees outside. It was just sweltering heat. And that was our first date. We went on our post-deployment block leave. So for 30 days, we came back home, we were in the States. When we got back, it was like, okay, now we're real people in real life, in civilization. We can do real things. We can go out to dinner, we can go shopping, we can sit on the couch together and watch television, we can do laundry. We got to know each other as real people and not just people in the Army. Before I knew it, I was deploying again.
I didn't want her to go on deployment without letting her know how I truly felt about her.
He proposed to me right before, just a few days before I flew to Afghanistan.
I thought it was a perfect opportunity. We walked up to the top of the hill.
We live in a town called Parkstein, and it's a basalt kegel, they say in German, and all the way on the top is a little chapel. So we walked up there and Chad proposed. You could see this gorgeous 360 panoramic view of the countryside. So it was meaningful, and it was great, and I said yes right away.